This story begins with a god who was talking with a fireball named Hiraku. The god told him that he died because of his mistake of sending him to a world that gives him sorrow and illness. But now he wanted to compensate for his error by giving him a chance and bestowing him another life. Hiraku said he'd accept it. On asking, he preferred farming life, and God agreed with his wish. Now Hiraku woke up in a forest and he was pleased to see that he could move his hands and body. He looked around and there were trees all around. He thought now what he could do, and he remembered about the omnipotent farming tool. It appeared in his hands and he started digging, but he wasn't tired of using it and the soil was also well dug. He thought to look around and tried to listen water sound, but he heard only leaves around. Now he was looking for edible plants but didn't find anything. He looked for a place to live and saw a huge tree. He thought it was a great start. Now he again started looking for water with 2 sticks but didn't find anything. Now he started digging and finally got some water. He started thinking about something edible and went to the forest to search but didn't find anything. Now he saw a tree that was in his way for the farming field, so he decided to cut it with a secure plan. When he took his axe, the tree fell in only one slash. He was shocked. Now he started cutting the tree, bark and stem very easily, and he enjoyed it. Now he was looking for something and suddenly he noticed that the sun was about to set. He started thinking about some lamp, lighter, but ended up with a magnifying glass, but was useless because the sun had already set. He dug a hole inside the tree and was making some vessels for use. He also thought that he might be caught some error while making a place. The next morning he woke up and tried to make something. He drank water and started trying to burn fire. He succeeded, and now he started clearing the trees to make clear land for fields. While working, he suddenly got attacked by a rabbit. Hiraku killed it, buried the head inside the ground and made himself grilled rabbit meat, and he enjoyed it. Now he made a toilet and thought that it was okay in the open, but realized that a civilized washroom would be a good option and made it. Now he started farming and was thinking of farming many vegetables, but he didn't have any seeds. The next morning he saw there were sprouts everywhere. He was happy and decided to protect his field. He made a fence around it and dug a trench outside the fence to protect it from animals and monsters. He again attacked a rabbit and grilled it. Now the sprouts were growing bigger because he was watering them properly with handmade watering pod. He didn't know about the plants and thought if they'll grow as decoration plants then this would be a great mess for him. But he didn't lose hope and made a hut with only wood and a roof with the bark of the trees. His life was going well, and suddenly he saw 2 dogs outside the fence and welcomed them because they didn't seem harmful. He served him boar meat which he had killed earlier. The female dog was pregnant and he placed them inside the hut. Now he thought about her needs and burned fire outside the hut, and he went inside the hole of the trunk. Now Hiraku tried to sleep but thought that dogs might need his help, so he had to be awakened, and he started waiting for the night to end. In the morning when he checked the dogs, there were very cute little babies. He served them the best pieces of meat as a treat for a new one's birth. Now dogs and Hiraku had started living together, and when the puppies were able to walk, the crops were also grown into tomatoes, which were small but delicious. He also named the male dogs Kuro, and the female ones Yuki. He served them veggies and they liked it. He wasn't very good at farming but was enjoying it. A girl named Lu was in a restaurant and the chef was telling her about the jungle of death. Now the god was thinking about Hiraku, that he had suffered a lot, but he realized that he again made the mistake of giving Hiraku birth in the forest of death. While Hiraku was happy to see the crops that had grown in different vegetables, like potatoes, cabbage, etc., he farmed many more vegetables and was very happy and excited about their growth. He also had done some blunders but learned from his experience. Now he was making stew for himself with fresh veggies and meat of rabbit, but it was a little more pure because there was no salt in it. After that, he planted some fruits because he thought that fruits would have a good effect on his diet. Now he started playing with dogs, and he noticed a horn on their forehead and thought that it might be normal in this world. The dogs were very convenient because they could walk in the forest without being lost. Hiraku found a river and thought to make a way for water to his hut. He also made a civilized toilet for himself at the bank of the river and started construction with great determination. Now he had cultivated many more things and was happy. The season was also changing. It was cold and he tried to cover his body with remaining of the remaining rabbits, but it was smelly, so was useless. But one day dogs brought a spider with them who was able to make clothes, and he was surprised. The spider liked potatoes and it was useful for him because it made clothes and sheets for him. Hiraku named it Zabuton. It was very cold now. He was in his house and was thought that it had been a long time since he had talked with someone. He was afraid that he might forget about how to talk, but time passed and the snow melted. Now the puppies were grown, and they left but came back after some days with their partners. Zabuton also had reproduced, and Hiraku was a little jealous. One day, Zabuton rang the alarm, and Kuro led him into the middle of the forest. He saw Lu there, but she was in a very bad condition. When he tried to go close, she bit his neck and sucked blood. Suddenly she converted into her grown and beautiful form. He was shocked, and the dogs attacked her, but Hirako stopped the dogs. She again went to his little form, and he asked why she sucked his blood. She told him about her recovery, and he found her safe and let her drink his blood again. This time she hadn't converted into a very grown form, and he asked why. She told him if she'd suck more blood then that'll be dangerous for him. Now Hirako showed her his fields, and she was very happy to see them because she had not seen such veggies before. He gave her a tomato and she really enjoyed it because it was delicious. She asked to taste more of his crops, and they really enjoyed their day. At night she was writing her research on a magical paper, and she told him that she was in this forest for her research and some people were after her because of her research. She asked him about the scissors he used earlier and if it was some kind of magic. He was silent, and she said she enjoyed the day. He had also enjoyed the day. Now she asked him if he wanted to live here further. He said yes. He asked her to live with him, but she said after her research she'd have to leave, but he requested her, and she agreed. She thought in the wrong way, but he wasn't proposing to her. She was a little shy, and he hugged her. In the morning now he was doing his farming and Lou came and he told her that now they were going to make a big village soon. Now in the restaurant, Tia was listening to the chef's death forest story. The next morning Hirako and Lou woke up and they started living together. She helped him lighten up things with her magic. For the flavor in food, Lou also showed him the salt beneath the soil, and he was shocked that he didn't understand it was salt. They were taking good care of the fields, and one day again alarm rang, and they went into the forest and saw Tia was a bad condition. Hirako saved her and she healed her. She was an angel. She shouted at Lou because she was looking for her, and the dogs attacked her again and Hirako saved her. Now they sat and Tia asked about Hirako. Lou told her he was her husband. Tia told Hirako that Lou had destroyed the noble house many times and she was looking for her. Lou was very changed, and Tia was shocked. Lou asked her to stay here with them and insisted, and Tia agreed. The next day Lou started showing her the fields and the animals, and she fainted to see the spider. She enjoyed looking at the field, and Hirako showed how to cut veggies, and when Tia tasted it, they were delicious. After a long working day, they were tired, and the girls healed them with magic, but he wasn't able to use such magic. Now they started living with each other and they really enjoyed each other's company. They harvest and build huts. Hirako also showed them his dogs and Zabuton's babies. Some of them flew and some stayed. Tia left for some days, and when she came back, she had some elves with her, and they introduced themselves. Leah asked Hirako to live here with them, and Tia told Hirako their story of how badly humans destroyed their house. Lou and Tia agree and force Hirako to agree also, and he says yes. Now Lou shows them Zabuton and the dogs, and they faint after seeing them. Now they started making a big house for them because they were in large numbers. All the girls also helped in its making, and it came out pretty good. This house was amazing, lightened up with magic, had separate rooms for everyone. The girls were also enjoying the veggies they grow, and one day, while talking with Leah, he said he thought that elves might not eat meat and touch fire. But she told Hirako to think a little washed because they were not like that. Leah asked him if she wanted to do blacksmith work, and he allowed her. Now they installed their setup and made a pan which turned out pretty good. One day a girl asked to make bread from flour, and he allowed her. They started making it, and when they baked it, it turned out very tempting. Hirako asked if this land was under someone, and Lou told him that the owner was a demon lord. He was shocked, but she told him that he didn't have to be worried because he was the one who made this village. This village had grown really bigger. The girls were talking about Hirako, that he wasn't familiar with his surroundings, and he was a bit dumb. Hirako was thinking about making a new waterway tomorrow. What will happen next in this story? Subscribe to the channel for the latest updates.